Things were going incredibly well in Slovakia. I actually thought I could qualify this club for Europe. But then your best player gets injured for 4 months. And then you go on a shocking run of form. We've come back for the final game before the winter break. Don't be fooled by the table. We're in 5th place, but things are not going well at the moment. Since the last episode, we have hit a major slump that has coincided with a long-term injury to our best player. In that last episode, you saw us labouring to a 1-0 victory over Ružomberok. We managed to win the next game 2-1. Don't get excited about this one. It was a 2-1 victory against a non-league team in the Cup. We lost 3-1 to Spartak Trnava in the next game. We managed to get a 2-1 win against a team that were in the relegation zone at the time, but that was just glossing over things. We didn't look great in that game, and we lost the next one 2-1 to Žilina before our worst performance of the season. We shipped not 1, not 2, but 3 goals in our next game. We got well and truly thumped, and they were not a good side that beat us. Before our next game, a more respectable result. We got a 1-1 draw against Slovan Bratislava, but the match stats were definitely against us in this game. Slovan had more shots on target, an XG that was triple ours. They walked away from that fixture rightly aggrieved before our worst performance of the season, I would say. I know it's got the little green dot next to it, but we played a non-league team. You can see they essentially play on a park, and they held us to a 0-0 draw. We had 16 shots, 9 on target, an XG of 1.58. Could we score? Absolutely not. And then to the penalty shootout, and look at this monstrosity. 6 penalties were missed in a row in this game. We were very lucky to sneak through 3-2 on penalties. We could well have gone out to a non-league team in the Cup. And we have a look at the club vision. The board want us to get to the quarter-finals as a minimum of the Slovakian Cup this year. They're pleased that we're on course to do that, but we played 2 non-league teams and we've not looked great in either of them. And our big problem is this injury. We have lost Martin Krian for 5 months. He's going to be out for another 3 months. He's missed about 7 weeks of the season already. And without him in the central midfield just policing things, well, things have well and truly gone wrong to the extent that today, I think we're going to try and do something completely different with our tactic. So I think we've reached the point with FK Pironia where we are going to try and throw a 6'6" central defender up front as a target forward to see if we can try and conjure up some kind of improvement in our fortunes. He's got a jumping reach of 15, strength of 11. He's reasonably quick for a target forward. He can't finish. The composure is not great, but the off-the-ball movement of 12 is not bad for a player who is really a central defender. And we have struggled to score goals so far this season. De Silva is our joint top scorer with 4 goals from 13 starts. The other player that's managed to score 4 goals is Dominic Sandel. He's done that in 10 starts and 3 sub appearances. 4 goals is not a great return when you are trying to get into the top half of the league. So we're going to partner De Silva with Fofana today. We're going to have some inverted wingers cutting inside, trying to create extra bodies in the box. We're going to have one fullback that's going to be moving outside. Another, because we're still without a right-footed, right-sided player, is going to have to be coming in as an inverted winger. So Osvaldo is going to move out there as a Mazala. With the injury to Krian, we've had to bring Hasek, who was playing pretty well, I have to say, as the inverted wing-back. We've had to bring him back into the central midfield while Krian has been injured. We are also on tenterhooks to see whether Cedric Badolo is going to be rejoining the club when his loan with Sheriff Tiraspol is up on the 31st of December, because he does have an optional future fee as part of his loan contract with Sheriff. They could jump in and buy him for 130,000. We're hopeful that they won't, because if he came back, he would give us options, either as a winger or as a right-footed, right-sided wing-back, or even a full-back at a push. He could even play in the central midfield if we needed him, because he's got great passing. He could come in and be a real talented player for us in the second half of the season, but we could do with a win before he returns. So we're going to see whether the 4-4-2 and the 6'6" target man can go out there and get the job done against a team who play in the Slovakian league that have a distinctly Hungarian feel to them. Close to the Hungarian border lies Dunajska Streda, a town of 22,000 predominantly ethnic Hungarians. The club play at the 12,700 capacity Mall Arena, and last season coach João Janeiro guided his team to a runners-up spot in the league and a cup final victory. Look out for Hungarian marksman Norbert Balog in today's game, as the league's top scorer looks to increase his tally against Pironia. Okay, not going to be an easy game this one. Not only are the team we're up against after our spot in the table, as they're only 1 point behind us, but this team were runners-up in the league last season. They've exited the Europa Conference League by losing to Celtic, but they had gone a couple of rounds before they went out, so they are no mugs. Why they're so low in the table, I'm not entirely sure, but this is going to be a difficult game for us. We're not in good form. I'm hoping just moving to 2 up top might just sting us into life. See whether we can score some goals for starters, because we have looked very, very blunt. Even the non-league teams that we've been playing in the Cup have been able to shut us out relatively easily. Without Korean in the side, we have struggled. Although with 2 at the back, I don't know how comfortable we're going to look defensively, because even with 3 at the back, they have been getting in behind us. I've dropped the line as part of this little change in tactic. We're only playing with a standard line, so we're not playing too high up the pitch. But we are still a little bit vulnerable defensively, as well as being a little bit blunt going forward. Here come our opponents at us. We've got Music coming into the team today and giving the ball away. That's the second time Li Jiang has had to bail us out in goal. We've not made a very good start. I'm going to throw out a shout pretty early. I'm demanding more already. We've not even hit the 20-minute mark. And Li Jiang makes a good claim. We're going to be doing a little vote again at the end of our time with Pironia as to who our best player has been. I would say the goalie is in with a shout of being one of our top 3, is averaging above a 7. And when we've been conceding goals, I wouldn't say they've been the keeper's fault, if I'm honest. Although he was kneeling down as that ball came into the box and didn't cover himself in glory. But he's playing a 7.1 at this stage. He's made 2 good stops. But changing to a 4-4-2 has not helped us at all in this game, has it? They've got a man just completely unmarked 3 yards from goal. It's a tap-in. And we are playing poor once more. We don't even have the opportunity to put out another shout before the highlights come again just a minute later. And is it going to be one for us? We've got De Silva, we've got Osvaldo, we've got Music. He's managed to dig a ball in. There is the big man. He's clipped the bar. Do you know what? After 21 minutes and 50 seconds, I'm already going to have a little tinker with the tactic. Okay, we've made a couple of little changes. We've actually gone to a more of a 4-2-4 shape, as we're already trying to chase this game just to get an equaliser. And we've been rewarded by giving the opposition a highlight almost instantly. They've got the ball all the way back with their keeper. We are not looking very good in this game so far. They've got through again and again. Li Jiang tips one over the bar. We are looking wretched so far. We can't get this shout going soon enough. I think we're going to have to try and fire them up as they have a header from a corner that they've nodded over. We've only played 24 minutes. We could be 4 goals down already. Oh my goodness, we are going to have to get these boys into half-time and give them the riot act. We've tried to fire them up. We've already got Music. He's carrying a knock already. Let's see if he can nurse it through to half-time. We've had 1 shot, nothing on target. It has been a wretched first half. So things are so bad that I've made 2 substitutions at half-time. We've also switched to having conventional wingers rather than inverted wingers. We're going to try and get even more crosses into the box for the big man, who we have barely seen this afternoon. And we've given him a new strike partner as well. It's not made any difference. We are now 2-0 down, and we've only just kicked off the second half. I'm putting out the berate shout. This is a woeful performance. We were bad in the last game that we showed you in our last episode, but at least we won it. This game has been even worse, and it's been coming, by the way. We cannot get into that winter break quick enough. We need to get that player back on loan from Sheriff Tiraspol if we can. We need to give the players a good rest, and we need to have a think tactically what we're going to do for the remainder of the season, because things are not firing at the moment. We've got Mihailik. He's now playing as a right winger out there. Osvaldo is a central midfielder on attack. Fofana is a waste of time, and he's proven it. That's our third shot of the target. We've now got 4, 2 of them on target. Not looking good at all. They have got 2 goals. Their XG suggests they should have even more than that. And we're creeping our way towards the 70-minute mark, and we don't look even like having a chance to get back into this game. So we're going to make our final substitution. Okay, final substitution made. I fear we've done little more than just toss up a Hail Mary, to be honest. We've thrown 3 players up front. Fofana has stunk to high heaven this afternoon, so playing him as a striker is a little tactical gamble that has well and truly backfired. He can't even get on the end of a corner and force a save. He heads another effort over the bar. What will he do on this one? We've got a little free kick. He's had one cleared off the line now. Trying to head that in from almost on the goal line. And that is a wretched, wretched performance. As we're going into a break, I think it's fair that we'll throw out that water bottle and they can go off on their holidays and they can sulk about it. If we zoom in on the league table, you can see what kind of trouble we are in now by losing that game. They've leapfrogged us and gone into 5th. And let's have a look for the Žilina result. Žilina have won their game 1-0 as well. So we are now down to 7th. We have got work to do if we are going to finish in these top 6 places. A good run of form after the winter break. And I guess you'd say 5th. Maybe even 2nd is not completely out of the question if we really pick up. But the run of form that we're on and the way things are going, we could be joining you for the last game of the regular season in our next episode. And we might already be confined to finishing in the relegation group.